This week on Two Bears, One Cave.
I think that young man has banged every one of our daughters.
You could FedEx cocaine to a location.
I think we're doing that with mushrooms next week. Do you ever have sex with Demi Moore?
A gentleman never tells.
Oh. I just farted. 100%. Cheers. Hey guys, brand new Two Bears, One Cave, and it is a fucking honor to have someone fuckable on this show finally. Finally. We have had unfuckables for how long? And now, ladies and gentlemen, the legend from his hit show Unstable on Netflix, Rob Lowe. Rob fucking Lowe. If you told Marie Koval, who I was dating in 8th grade, that I would know Rob Lowe, she would have had sex with me. She was so into you.
Was she hot?
She was the best kisser.
Really?
Yeah, she kissed me. I was in 8th, she was in 9th. She was obsessed with, I guess St. Elmo's Fire must have come out then.
What year?
So I graduated in 91, so it'd have to be 86.
Yeah, that's right. That's about right. Yep.
And she was obsessed with you. And you know what's interesting? I don't know anything about when people talk non-binary shit.
Yeah.
But there was I put you, Duran, I think maybe Kiefer Sutherland. I had pictures of you guys on my walks. I was like, that's what cool is. I want to be cool. A lot of surfers, Mark Accalupo.
Oh yeah.
Probably even Kelly Slater and his brother had a cool surf. But you are. Do you feel like you're the man?
No.
For real?
No. I mean,
okay. There had to be a moment where you're like, bro, I'm the fucking man.
There was. I remember that Halloween, the Halloween of St. Elmo's Fire, that era, the era you're talking about, and going to a Halloween party, and there were a couple of people dressed as my character from the movie, and I thought, okay, I mean that's pretty dope. That's kind of when there's a Halloween costume of you, it's one of the signs that you're breaking through, maybe.
I think every guy runs through you had your pick of women. You had your pick of women in Hollywood in the heyday.
It was a good time. It was a good time. It was a good time because it was, okay, so in those days, there was no AIDS.
Yeah.
There was no social media.
None.
You could kind of do whatever you wanted to do, and there was privacy. Coke was good for you. It was good for you. It's what smart, successful people did.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It was almost doctor prescribed. So we didn't know a lot of the things then that we know now. So it was much more innocent and much more fun. I think a lot about just being so grateful, that I survived the 80s, but that I got to not only live through them, but I got to really be present in them, because it was a decade that it's a moment in time that will never come again, ever.
No, that doesn't exist. I've been talking about this a lot. That doesn't exist anymore. The coolness, the slickness of Hollywood, where here, just coming through the back door, and then no, I got you guys, and
yeah,
and then that happens in waves, but it doesn't happen the way it did where back in the day.
No.
And I think that's the Hollywood I thought was sexy and cool.
Well, the other thing was, it was super, everybody talks about things being inclusive today. The truth of it is, it was way more inclusive then, because you would go to a club and there wasn't bottle service. There wasn't like you had to pay for a table. Like, you could be just a regular person and you could be standing next to Andy Warhol, or you could be, it was not, I don't even think there were VIP areas, really. It was just all for one for all. Now, granted, there were always been guys at the door going, you, not you. But now those same guys are going, okay, you're a rapper, you can come in. Okay, you're an athlete, you can come in. Okay, you're a star, you can come in. And the regular people get screwed.
Yeah.
And in the old days, it was all for one for all.
And you, I mean, like the bangers that you did. I mean, like I'm gonna go through that in a second. But you came from like you were a regular person that moved out here with your mom and your brother.
That's right.
After your parents get divorced.
That's right. Yeah, we came from Ohio. I was literally a 12-year-old from Ohio. Moved out to California.
But you were interested in acting before you came out here.
I was doing all kinds of acting, and to the extent that there was any acting to be done in Dayton, Ohio,
Dude, shout out to Dayton. Dayton's a fucking badass place. Dayton Funny Bone. There's good people living in Dayton. Dave Chappelle lives right outside Dayton.
In Yellow Springs. I spent a lot of time in Yellow Springs as a kid.
Really?
I went to Yellow Springs probably every other weekend and hiked in Glen Helen Park, which is the most beautiful, woods area right there. And they had great ice cream shop, I remember. I got to go visit Dave in Yellow Springs and show him what it was like in 1970, 1971, 1972, 1973.
Wait, how old are you?
I'm going to be 60.
Oh, I'm so you're 10. Yeah.
That's
right.
right.
You're 10 years older than me.
Yeah.
And so then you guys moved out to Point Doom.
And out of Malibu.
I mean, that's another time in history. Like
Yes.
Malibu wasn't what it is now. You could live there. Like now it's like everything's $6 million up.
No, when we lived there, it was, working people. It was teachers and firemen and architects and dentists and, and policemen.
Yeah.
Living, there. And now it's studio executives and agents and tech billionaires and second homes for people. I lived on Point Doom. Point Doom now is probably, I'd say, half of the homes are second homes that people are in for 2 weeks a year.
Yeah.
It's really amazing how it's changed.
It's just crazy. Yeah. What made your mom want to come out here?
She was following her second husband, who was a doctor who worked out here. And she chose Point Doom because it had the best air quality of anywhere in Southern California.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Is your mom still alive?
No, she died in 2013.
Okay. Were you always like a stud?
No, because when I was a kid and a 12-year-old in Ohio.
Because your features are inarguably perfect. Like you're perfectly featured individual.
I could argue that because I was super pretty.
You're very pretty.
I was, and it is tolerable now.
I'd argue you might be prettier than my wife. Like in a dimly lit room, I think people, if you go, you got to pick one. I would say the majority of this country would go, I'm gonna roll the dice and see.
Like if it was dark and I had a wig on.
Oh, if you had a wig on, there's no fucking question.
Well, let's face it, anything with a wig and we're kind of down, right? Come on.
You and Brad Pitt are two perfectly symmetrical human beings. Like you had to be always like that.
Well, I mean, I don't think I was so pretty when I was young. That
I have never started a story this way, nor has Tom Segura. Neither.
Well, I'm not saying it is a good thing.
No. Yeah.
I don't wish being pretty on any young boy.
Yeah.
That's not what, bro. That is not what you want to be in sixth grade. Is pretty,
especially with little impulse control problems, and you get put in the wrong fucking situation.
Also, being like a theater kid.
Yeah.
Let me entertain you, pretty. People are like, get beat it, kid.
Yeah.
So I never was the man because I was interested in acting and I was pretty, and you can do the math. You can figure out what people were thinking I was all about.
Yeah. Oh, so, you're almost too pretty. Yeah.
So, and then I moved to California, and I wasn't cool then either because I grew up in Ohio where it was like kick the can after school or football or wiffle ball, and nobody did any of that in Malibu. They surfed or they played beach volleyball, and that was it. So the notion that we go play a game of pickle or get a baseball game, this was not happening.
Yeah.
It wasn't happening. And I also showed up in Levi Toughskins in August. And that was like an unpardonable
Wait, your brother's
sin.
Chad Lowe.
Yes.
Your brother's Chad Lowe.
My brother's Chadley Lowe.
Fuck, your brother's a great fucking actor.
He's a great actor.
Fucking your brother's a fucking great goddamn. Holy shit! The whole time I'm saying, like, I was like, whatever happened to us? Because I was watching the documentary on Schwarzenegger on Netflix.
Yeah.
I watched yours started watching yours last night, started watching Schwarzenegger, got down to the gym, got on the treadmill, watched like probably three episodes of Unstable. Fucking awesome. Your son's fucking great.
Oh,
I got a lot of compliments I want to pay your son that you wouldn't want to say online, but like you'd want to say to him personally.
Yes.
Like there's a fucking, he's got his I mean, sounds creepy, but he's got super engaging eyes.
Oh,
like his eyes like are, you know, like I think I lead with my voice. His eyes engage, like pull you in. Really fucking talented.
He really is. I tried for years to ignore it and to try to beat it out of him, and I wanted him to be a scientist. And he actually went to Stanford and got in because he was the youngest intern at the Eli Broad Stem Cell Laboratory in high school and did a lot of work in that area.
Really?
And then he's super smarty pants, and then comes out of Stanford and tells me he wants to be an actor. And I was like, really? I mean, first of all, I could have saved that tuition.
Yeah.
I could have saved it. I didn't need to. But the fact of the matter is he you can't argue with the DNA and the genetics. It's in his blood.
No, it's
he's really
in
good.
His blood. Yeah, he's fantastic. The show's great.
Thank you.
We should take a second before we go back and deep dive your beauty and really talk about the show. Did you come up with the show?
My son and I did together.
It's a fucking great, I'm really a sucker for cold opens. Like a good cold open draws me into the show. And your cold open, and I've been there so many times, maybe not with the dog in the ice, but like where you are at wit's end. And for everyone, please, I can tell everyone what the show's about, but
you can tell them everything. Yeah, it's streaming now on Netflix. It's out.
You play an eccentric inventor,
like a tech genius, who is increasingly unstable,
who lost his wife and is trying to deal with it in his own unique, crazy, bizarre ways. And your son comes in and who I think, if I'm not mistaken, was teaching the flute and then said he was never going to be involved with the business. And I'll just say, you got to watch it. It's really fucking great.
No,
it's really great.
Coming from you, that means a lot because it really does. I appreciate that.
No, it's phenomenal. But I identified very much with that opening scene. For me, it was the time traveler's wife, where I got caught off guard and I was in a bad place. I was on the road a lot. I was drinking way too much at the time, and I wasn't around my family a lot. And then all of a sudden, getting time traveler's wife, and I'm sitting on the edge of a bed naked, crying, going like, "Fuck, man, I gotta get my shit together." But yeah, it's a great show. It's a great show. The genesis of it was that my son Johnny would troll me so relentlessly on my social media. He's a funny little fucker, and I love a good joke, even at my own expense. Maybe even more at my own expense. You're the one. You have leaned into jokes that I don't think I'd ever thought you'd see you lean into, and which I thought is always cool as fuck. Like cool as fuck. Like you did an SNL, you did a thing about this thing you got in trouble with at the Democratic National Convention.
Yeah.
And you talked about it on SNL.
Bro, dude, that monologue for that episode is fucking legendary.
Epic.
It's epic.
Fucking epic.
It's really gnarly. Looking back on it,
I want to say that in my opinion, like you've always been the cool dude. But when you did something like that, I went, fuck yes.
Oh, good.
And that was, I would argue that's, I would say the very beginnings of where you started to veer off into this brilliant career you've had since, where you've really kind of owned the comedy space in a way that I don't think anyone in your generation of actors that were all the talented dudes, other than maybe Charlie Sheen, has ever done.
That was the beginning of my embracing of comedy, and it was partially because I was such an SNL nerd as a kid, and watched everything, knew everything, and then when I finally got to host it, it was a dream come true, and I had a good show. I had a really good show.
Yeah.
And then I hosted a few more times and got to know Mike Myers and Lorne, and that led to Wayne's World and Austin Powers and Tommy Boy.
Tommy Boy's the motherfucker.
Tommy Boy's
the motherfucker.
It's the one of all those SNL comedies I was able to be in, that's the one that really feels like an evergreen kind of.
I mean, first of all, Wayne's World is one of the best
Dude, and
comedies
Austin
ever.
Powers too is. I mean,
you've been in some banger comedies like that legendary comics don't have a lineup like you have. And then little things like, first of all, I know it's going to come. One of my favorite ones you were in was the one Jared.
Oh my gosh, The Grinder.
The Grinder.
My short-lived show, The Grinder, on Fox. We had 22 episodes.
Fucking good.
That's my favorite thing I've ever done as a comedy.
It was so good, and if I'm not mistaken, at that time, so I knew Jared.
He's the best
from playing poker.
Oh,
and I'd known him from playing poker, and I met him on a show he did called Action, and he was an actor on Action, and I met him there, and then I met him playing poker, and then I think at that time my kids were going to school with Fred Savage's kids,
yeah,
and so all of a sudden all these worlds combine, and it comes on, and it was just a great old school sitcom, but like a legit single camera hilarious fucking sitcom, fucking hilarious.
It was really funny. It was super funny. It was too funny for network television ultimately, and that's it. Only ran one season, but I think it's on Hulu now. But it's one of those things that I urge people to see if they haven't seen it, because it just is one of those shows that it's super fun.
I mean, really, honestly, and Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec. By the way, the street that this house is on,
yeah,
where we are today, every time I go down the street, all I can think about is that I shot so many scenes. There's a well-known sequence where my character, Chris Traeger, is bicycling. It's a talking head, but I'm bicycling looking into the camera.
Yeah.
And I talk about, if I can bicycle 15 miles a day, I can outrun a crippling depression. And I shot it right in front of your house.
Really?
Yeah.
Shut up. I mean, I feel like I don't feel accomplished, but sometimes I feel like I go, like I got a good body of work. I've done a couple things that have been good. A couple specials. The Cabin was really good. I'm proud of my movie.
Mm-hmm.
But then I look at the shit you've done, and more importantly, like the transition. They were not allowing serious actors to transition into comedy at all. That was just a thing that did not happen.
Did not happen, and vice versa. You know, both ways. You were you definitely pigeonholed. There were dramatic actors and there were comedic actors, and the twain shall never meet, as they say. And all my favorites were able to do both.
Yeah,
all the people I looked up to as a kid, and there weren't that many. Paul Newman, Slapshot, hilarious, amazing. He was a big movie star.
Did you meet Paul Newman?
I did meet him. I met him a number of times. He was amazing. Yeah,
like as cool as you think.
Yeah, he was. Listen, what I really like about icons is when they own who they are and lead with it. Like when you meet Arnold, you know you've just spent time with Arnold. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
And then there are people. You know what I mean?
I worked out with him at Venice Beach like a month ago, and I got in the car and I go, he gave it all to me.
And Paul wasn't like that, and most of them aren't. Perfectly nice, wonderful, great, but I want, who's like it is Hanks. When you meet Tom Hanks and you're with Hanks, it's like he knows he's Tom Hanks, so he gives you Tom Hanks.
Fuck yeah.
And I like that. I think it's great.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
I almost want, and I don't mind it if it swings the other way. Like I've never met Sean Penn, but I'd imagine he'd be a tad bit curmudgeon-y.
He's Sean Penn.
He's Sean Penn. He's like, huh?
Oh, he's on the phone with Zelensky in the other room. And, some third-rate drug dealer in the other room. He's Sean Penn.
He's Sean
exactly
Penn.
What you think he's going to be.
I took a piss next to him one time.
First impressions matter. There's no two ways around it. And your face is most likely the thing that someone notices about you. I decided it's time to put my best face forward and started using Caldera Lab to do so. Clinically proven to reduce wrinkles, fine lines, and signs of aging. What am I, like 23? That's what you thought. Caldera Lab is the leader in men's skincare and is here to save the day and your confidence. I honestly feel like, I know, I look better. Use our exclusive offer at calderalab.com/bears to enjoy 20% off their best products. They sent me the coolest little stash of stuff for free that you don't have to pay too much for. Caldera Lab creates high-performance men's skincare products, and the regimen is your twice-a-day formula to transform your skin. It includes the Clean Slate, the Base Layer, and the Good. The Clean Slate Cleanser starts and ends your day. The Base Layer is your daily moisturizer. The Good is your before-bed multifunctional serum that helps your skin look tighter and smoother. Get 20% off by going to calderalab.com/bears. That's 20% off by going to calderalab.com/bears. Jump into skin and first impression royalty with Caldera Lab. I mean, just look at my face, man.
And we were both flying to DC, and he had like, everyone was wearing truckers caps, but he was wearing like an authentic, like clearly he got this from someone he had met, and it was folded weird, like, and he was like Sean Penn, fucking
Yoked.
Bomber jacket, tight jeans, boots, great, like he was pretty interesting. That's your whole group.
Those are the guys I went to school
Dude,
with.
you went to school, hold on. You went to school, okay. So you and Chad, your brother fucking Chad. I can't believe
You should see, so the other show I have is 911 Lone Star. Now, that show, Chad is in our season finale this year.
Yeah.
And he absolutely murders it. Murders. We play brothers.
Yeah.
And you have to go and look at this. It's amazing. If you're a Chad fan, he's unreal in it.
Yeah, he's so fun. You forget, so funny you forget he's your brother. You really, I really honestly, I'm sitting here going, so you and your brother and your mother. And I'm like, oh, I wonder who his brother is. Because Arnold Schwarzenegger's brother passed away when he was over here in a DUI and was drinking and driving. And Arnold Schwarzenegger's brother was really attractive too. So wait, so you come out here and then you go to high school and you meet Emilio Estevez. And then he becomes your friend. You guys become like real friends. No one's famous. No one's anyone.
No.
Do you know who his dad is at the time? Or does that matter?
When I moved to Malibu, I wanted to be an actor. And there was this actor, Martin Sheen, who lived in that house.
Really?
And I wanted to see him. I'd never seen a real actor before.
See, can I tell you, I'm so glad you said that, because there's a part of me that I am really impressed by celebrity, because I grew up in Florida and the most famous person I ever met was Gary Yepremian. He was the kicker for the...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Did you try to kick like him when he fucked that kick up?
No.
Remember my famous
we were at Burns
footage of him?
Steakhouse, and my dad's like, buddy, that's Gary Yepremian. Little tiny Frenchman. And I was like, can we go over and say hi? And he's like, you let him have his dinner. And then someone went over and said hi to him, and I was like, Dad, he said hi. So my dad and I went over and met Gary Yepremian, and this is going to sound crazy. I think he pulled out a pennant. Like, I think he had a Bucks pennant, and he signed it for me.
Amazing.
And I was like, oh, wow.
Amazing.
So going to Florida State, there's no celebrities. And then when I moved to New York, I remember Tyra Banks came into the comedy club one time, and I was like, whoa, she's so pretty. I was like, wow. So this is like, and then the next one I I bumped into Tom Cruise.
Ooh.
And I fucked that up really bad. I was like, you have beautiful hair. And he was like, huh? And I was like,
he does.
He did. And it was when he was doing Magnolia, so it was long.
Ooh.
And he was like, good, cool.
Amazing.
But my daughters aren't impressed by celebrity. They have no reference for it. They don't care about it. It doesn't land on them. There's no one they want to meet. If they meet someone famous, they're like, cool. That's really awesome. But I understand, as a kid coming from Ohio, where you go, Martin Sheen, like, what's that life like? I understand that.
Oh, and looking back on it, it was super great because he was never around. He was like the Loch Ness monster. You like hoped to see him, but he was never really around.
Yeah.
Because he was making this movie Apocalypse Now. And I ended up going to the premiere of Apocalypse Now at the Cinerama Dome, which is just the fact that I was able to. I mean, it's so amazing that I was able to do it. It's one of my favorite movies.
Apocalypse Now. That's fucking
premiere.
insane.
I still have the program. They had an 8-page fold out with photos of production and like liner notes from an album.
Yeah.
They handed it out to everybody. I still have mine somewhere. But anyway, so yeah, I met Emilio. Charlie was really our friend because my brother Chad and he were best friends because all they wanted to do was play baseball. They're both Reds fans of all things. We came from Ohio. I don't know why Charlie was a Reds fan, but he was. And they were going to grow up to be baseball players.
Really?
And I wanted to be an actor. Emilio was debating whether he wanted to be an actor.
Had he changed his name at that time?
Charlie, yeah. No, Charlie was Charlie Estevez.
Oh, really?
He was Charlie Estevez. In my yearbook, he's in the AV club as Charlie Estevez.
Fuck.
That tells you all you need to know.
Yeah.
Charlie Sheen originally was Charlie Estevez from the AV club. Do they have AV clubs today?
I don't think so. I don't know. Oh, they are. There's a.
What would it be? What would be the equivalent of an AV club today, where just like the nerds come in and the jocks throw shit at them?
I think.
What would it be?
I think it's probably yearbook. Like my daughter. We're talking about whatever my daughter signs up for. She's in that. She's into that shit. She signs up for stagehands. She loves to.
There it is. Stagehands.
She
Bingo.
loves being a stagehand.
There you go. That's it.
Yeah, she loves being a stagehand.
Charlie was also in the stagehands, I think. Actually.
Really?
Yeah. My.
So you guys are all 15 years old?
So I still have my junior high yearbook, and Sean's in it. Penn, Chris Penn, God rest him.
Oh, Chris Penn was a fucking badass.
Charlie, Emilio, Downey.
I hope everyone else is as blown away as I am. This is your class.
Mm-hmm. It's just, we're all different ages. So we were scattered out, but within the same school. I think, to be totally truthful, Downey was in my high school. Downey and I were in history together in high school.
Man, he's pretty interesting now, right?
Oh yeah.
But before, when he was in Weird Science, he had a little something special. Like there's something special about him.
We were shooting we were shooting St. Elmo's Fire in the soundstage next to Weird Science, and it was Weird Science on one stage, St. Elmo's Fire on one stage, and Back to the Future on the other stage. And we would visit each other's sets all the time. So I'd go visit my friend Eric Stoltz, who was starring in Back to the Future.
That's right, because he got cast initially.
Yeah, and then one week I go back and now it's Michael J. Fox starring in Back to the Future, doing the scene that I had just seen Eric do.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was at Universal. It was a really, really, really interesting time.
So do you have any good, because my buddy Sal Carinante texted me, he's coming to my show in Kansas City. And he's like, and I was like, and they're like, oh, Sal. And I just had a good story of like we were partying in New Smyrna Beach and some guys were talking shit. Sal wasn't the biggest guy, but he knew that if he threw a punch, no one was going to do shit. And he went to the biggest guy and punched him in the jaw and knocked him out. And the whole room backed up. Everyone was like, what the fuck? And then another one of my buddies took his dick out and just started pissing in front of these guys. And they're like, who's next? And it was like just badass kid moments where you're like, what the fuck? That's how we grew up.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
What did you guys have any fun, like crazy out at the beach party, like Karate Kid stories where you're like, and then all of a sudden Martin comes up and he's like, everybody out of the fucking house.
Oh, well, so many of those stories. I mean,
because you used to party. You've been sober for
I've been sober 33 years.
But you legit used to party.
Oh, bro.
Yeah. And all of those dudes legit, some of them still do, legit used to party.
Oh, it was on. Dude,
yeah.
It was on. I mean, Charlie used to go to, I remember when the first ATMs opened.
Yeah.
Like I remember, like this is how old I am. And that was a game changer. Because you could go to the ATM to get the money for the hookers or the drugs. And, Charlie was an early adapter on all of that stuff. And
I just farted.
we would he would import to Martin's house when they were out of the thing, and there was always that moment where the girls would be like, "Whose house is this?" Never you mind about that.
Oh my God!
It was just a sweet, innocent.
How is there not a movie about this?
Well, I want to make one. I'm actually.
I'll invest. How many millions do you want? I'll invest everything right now.
I am actively working on sort of my almost famous version of Malibu in the late 70s into the early 80s, because it's sort of like Laurel Canyon in 1968. Yeah. Really, it is.
It really is.
No, it absolutely is. And and the stories are beyond belief.
Beyond belief, because then I really don't know how to talk to someone like you, because you have so fucking much that was my childhood. Because then you guys all go on to shoot Outsiders.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
like, that's
It is kind of, looking back on it, knowing what I know, that Cruz, who was living in the other bedroom at Emilio's, so it was me, Tom, and Emilio, best friends, working out, going to the beach, auditioning, acting, and that the three of us ended up in that movie. I mean, I don't know what the odds are, but it was great because we're all buddies.
I went to the house. Did you
go to the Outsider's house?
Of course.
Isn't it great?
It's really fucking.
It's so sweet that they're doing that.
I've been there. I've been to Tulsa a number. Is it Tulsa, right?
Yeah, it's Tulsa.
I've been to Tulsa a number of times. Shout out to Tulsa. I fucking love Tulsa.
Yeah.
But that movie was that was the first movie where I read the book and then I saw the movie. I'd never done that in my life, because I think we got it in like, fucking, when did you guys shoot that?
We shot it in 82, and it came out in 83, I believe.
Yeah, so
More or less.
What do you think the math is on that? We read it in class, that and Rumblefish.
Sure.
Which they made Rumblefish too.
Right back to back.
Yeah, and by the way, I like that movie too.
Oh, Rumblefish was the one you wanted to be in. What's ironic is at the time, Rumblefish was the cool movie. That was the movie that everybody really wanted to be in.
Yeah.
Outsiders was great, and everybody was thrilled to be in. But Rumblefish was like the cool guy club because Mickey Rourke was in it. And at the time, Mickey Rourke was like going to be the next James Dean and whatever. But people don't really remember Rumblefish. But at the time, that was like dope.
And that was Then This Is Now.
That was Emilio, and that was Emilio. Emilio wrote that movie.
You really?
He wrote it.
That was Then This Is Now.
Adapted it from S.E. Hinton's book.
God damn, yeah. I know all those books. I read The Outside, read it in class, and then they let us watch it in class.
Yeah. And they do that now. It's part of almost every curriculum of 7th grade across the country.
My daughter Isla did it and read it, The Outsiders, and I got to sit with her and talk to her about the book and about what I loved about the book and who I loved. And I misread the book. I'm not a great reader. I mean, I called them the socks the whole time. And,
and you wouldn't be the first person to do it.
But I didn't. There's a lot I didn't get, and then I watched the movie, and I was like, oh shit! And so I did that. I then did it to Rumblefish, and then I did it to That Was Then This Is Now. As I'd read the book, and those books were digestible. They weren't over the top.
No, they're super easy. I mean, they introduced. Listen, S.E. Hinton wrote it when she was 13 years old.
God, what an insane cast. Pull up the cast of The Outsiders. It's Thomas Howell, you, and Patrick Swayze play three brothers.
Yep. Matt Dillon.
Matt Dillon.
Tom Cruise.
Emilio
Estevez. Diane Lane.
Oh, that Diane Lane
Sherry
is so
Valance.
fucking goddamn sexy.
Isn't she beautiful?
You know, I did a show. Can I tell you, I did a show this is what's wrong with me is I have to tell you something like this. I did a stand-up show at the drive-in movie theater where you guys shot the scene.
The Admiral Twin.
Yeah, I did a
No
drive-in
way.
movie. Yeah, during the pandemic, I did a set of drive-in movie theater tours. I created a drive-in movie theater tour, and one of the places were there, and I was so fucking excited. We went to the back gate where you guys snuck into the whole thing. Yeah.
I remember, God, we were all so young and so innocent. It was my first movie. I didn't know anything. And we would show up on the set even if we weren't working. We would show up and watch our brothers work. I was at I don't have a scene at the Admiral Twin, and I was there all the time.
Yeah, and then Leif Garrett played the main...
Randy. Leif Garrett taught me that you could FedEx cocaine to a location.
I think we're doing that with mushrooms next week.
Apparently, you can kind of do whatever you want, but I'll never forget it as long as I live. We would wait for Leif's FedEx package. Boy, that was always a big
Wait,
night.
who was Tom Waits?
Yeah, and there were always weirdos hanging. Like Tom Waits was hanging around. Stuart Copeland from The Police was hanging around because he would later do the score for Rumblefish.
Yeah.
One of the guys in the Grateful Dead, Bob Weir.
Oh my God! Yeah, Bob Weir.
He was there all the time. Waits ended up playing like the barkeep. He opens the door and goes, "Get on in here, kids," or whatever. He has like one line, wearing like a pork pie hat or whatever.
I mean, I'm kind of at a loss of words when I think So if you could do and do me a favor, pull up Rob's movies real quick. If you could do one movie and take a second to look at your movies. So you've done a lot of things.
Oh boy.
If you could do one movie for the rest of your life, meaning they get the whole cast together and just like Friends, you do that once a week or once every 2 weeks. You don't get too sick of it, but you enjoyed the script, you enjoyed the cast, you enjoyed the director, you enjoyed everything. Oxford fucking Blues, dude. Oxford fucking Blues, where you get your car stuck in between the two things. Every time I'm in fucking London, I think of that goddamn scene. And that's the beginning of shit going sideways. What a great fucking movie. I've seen everything you've done. I think I've seen everything you've fucking done.
This is, God, this is amazing to look at.
This is, okay, hold on. Let's go through the list of your movies that you've been, which is insane. First of all,
there's a lot of really, there's some, look, movie-wise, I probably, well, for sure it's The Outsiders. I mean.
That would be something.
The Outsiders would be St. Elmo's Fire because they were ensembles with great people who I loved. And we were all simpatico. We were all living life and having fun and being really, really, really serious about the work, but then also having a flippin' blast at the same time. I mean, and then creatively though, you go, when I watch Succession, for example, which I love that show. When I watch Succession, it reminds me of The West Wing. And I go,
hold on.
In The West Wing,
which you did with Martin Sheen.
Which weird? How weird is that? I'll never forget the day Aaron Sorkin comes in, and the president was going to be, hang on, it's going to come to me. Sidney Poitier was who was going to be the president, and for whatever reason that didn't work out. And I can remember Aaron coming and go, "What do you think about Martin Sheen?" And I said, What do I think about Martin Sheen? You're kidding, right? And I told him my history with Martin, and that was amazing that would come full circle like that.
That's fucking insane. Youngblood was a great movie.
Youngblood, Wayne's World, Class was a fun one.
Class, we hold on. Class is, well, I know I saw Class.
It's Andrew McCarthy and Jacqueline Bisset and I.
Oh wait, so you know what's so funny? I mix up Class and Oxford Blues. I mix them up sometimes.
Yeah,
because in the beginning of Oxford Blues, you're like a bartender, or you're working in Vegas, and you have sex with an older lady.
That's
and
right.
then every time I do that, I go, and then you move to Oxford and you fuck Andrew McCarthy's mom. And
right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, that's there should be a mashup.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a better movie.
It brings them together pretty quickly.
That's a way better movie than either of those movies actually are.
God,
I think. Yeah, there's some fun stuff in there. But also, listen, I also like when I get to do character actor stuff, or like Behind the Candelabra. That is one of my personal favorites.
Yeah, if there was a movie if looking at like some of your work, if there's a movie you could take one more shot at, where you go, I wasn't the actor I am today. I would like to do that one more time.
Does it also count for the movie itself?
Yeah.
So just a whole do-over.
You go, it was such a good script, and we were so close, but I was too young, and I don't know what I know now. And now, if I did it now, I could fucking crush it. To
me, what comes up, it isn't so much a movie. It's a TV series. It's a TV series called Dr. Vegas, and it ran on CBS for one season. And I thought I was making Nip Tuck in Vegas.
Really?
I wasn't. I was making, what's that Don Johnson show where he wears the sweater vests all the time with Cheech Marin?
Nash Bridges.
What I was making Nash Bridges in Vegas.
Yeah.
And knowing what I know today, I would have realized that we were not all on the same page.
Yeah.
Putting it mildly.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Where, it's like creatively we're not speaking the same language, because that could have been a really fun show. Could have been really dark, really bizarre. The notion of a house doctor in Vegas.
Yeah.
Would be sick.
So here's the thing I keep coming back to is I all these fun times. Wait, who are the girls that were your age? Like, cause I know now all the studs in Hollywood.
Yeah.
You guys were all friends. And then who are the girls? Like
Demi was the queen.
Was Demi out here?
Demi Moore. She was, she was doing all the movies with us.
Was she in high school with you guys?
No,
So who are the girls? There weren't
any.
So these fucking girls are like the chicks that moved to Denver and get to fuck all the studs. Because that's what happens is Denver is like a bunch of 10 dudes because they all want to do is rock climb, mountain climb, and whitewater raft and mountain bike.
Right.
And then a bunch of like 6s go out and start dating them because they're like, oh, it's like salmon. There's men everywhere.
That's amazing.
And then I know they call it Menver because all the best looking men in the world go out there for adventure. And all these girls are like, fuck it, let's clean up. No one knows about this. And so you guys were Denver. By the way, I apologize to everyone in Denver. I'm upsetting. I'll be at Red Rocks in October, and I'll apologize in person. But you guys were Denver. You had these fucking just like the lineup of studs that were gonna run movies for the next fucking 10 years, and then 20 years until the fucking 30 years, 40 years. That still to this day. And then there were just a bunch of 6s going like, I guess I'll take Rob Lowe's virginity. And you're like, all right, Bethany.
I was usually happy to oblige. I have to say, I did not get cheated. I went down swinging, and I have no regrets. It's like when it was time to get sober and like
that's the thing I keep going to,
like a serious life. I was ready to do it because I'd done it.
How does that happen? How does that happen? I know how it happens for me. So I'm like, I've never been I don't know the right way to say this. I was an okay looking guy as a kid, but I was a little weird looking. I think I grew into my head.
Grew your head?
Yeah, my head was larger.
Big head?
I look ridiculous as like a, hey, do you have that picture of me in high school?
Do you have a picture of me with a big head? Pull up the big head, would you?
Yeah, if someone just sent me it. I think it was Whitney Cummings sent it to me.
Big head?
I had a big head. Well, that's me as I just look like I have a big head. But there was a picture of me in high school with a girl and I just look ridiculous. But I was a normal looking guy. I wasn't good at sex and the first time I did it, so it kind of pulled me back
in
my shell.
Did she tell you weren't good at sex?
No one needed to tell me.
It was that obvious?
It was pretty bad. I missed is the best way I can say.
Missed.
After I had an orgasm, she's like, are you going to put it in? And I looked down my dick between her butt cheek in the bed and I was like, fuck. And but that's what for me.
Missed.
So I then from that point, I was like, I'm not looking for one night stands. I'm not looking to just share this with anyone. I want to find someone I connect with. I want to, like, all through college, anytime we went into a bar, I was looking for someone to connect with. I wanted someone to get me. But then a guy like you, who you go like, you literally are an untamed stallion on top of a mountain where lightning's striking behind you and the villagers are looking at you and all the female villagers are watching you just and you're sprinting back and forth in the rain. And you've got all these other stallions with you sprinting in the rain. And then one day that stallion just goes, I'm gonna go check out what's going on in the village. And you just kind of gallop down and you walk down the center lane and you meet like a pretty regular person. Like your wife was a makeup artist.
Makeup artist, yeah.
And you just went, hey, I want to be a regular person.
Yes.
Here, don't saddle on me. And
yes,
I'm not going to run anymore. I'm not going to sprint.
Yep.
I'm done drinking.
Yeah.
I want to have some kids.
That's right.
And I want to put my heart into the work.
That's right.
How the fuck does that happen?
You have to have an epiphany.
Oh my God, what was your epiphany?
My epiphany was twofold. One was people have been telling me that I need to see this movie. Shampoo.
I thought you were going to say The Secret. I was like,
No.
fuck, if you say The Secret, I'm going to shoot myself in the head.
No, Shampoo, which by the way is one of the great movies.
Oh my God, is this whiskey? Do you mind if I drink?
No,
oh,
hell
please.
You kidding me? I've got one of the world's biggest wine cellars. I don't give a shit. I like people that have fun.
So you have an epiphany. You see Shampoo.
I see Shampoo, and at the end of it, Warren Beatty, at the height of his powers, and he's playing the ladies' man of Ladies' Man, is literally like alone on Christmas Eve with no one to be with. And I remember it vividly, like this is going to be, I felt like everybody was looking at me, like that's going to be you. I had this, that Roberta Flack Killing Me Softly with his song, that lyric, like she thought the song was, it's that, I had that moment. And so that was for openers. And then so that was emotionally getting ready. And then my grandfather.
That's fucking very real.
Right.
That you are this I keep using the word stud, but like this great looking, very successful, very fun dude who's living life carefree.
Yep.
And then you watch this movie and they do that. And people will do that where they the whole time they're like, what did you think about the movie? And you're
Right?
like,
Yeah.
oh, fuck. Try watching Leaving Las Vegas with your wife. Keep going.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of movies in that list you don't want to watch with
There's a
certain people.
lot of movies where you go, oh, wow, this was a bad fucking choice.
This is a very, yeah.
so you then keep going?
I had that. And then there was a moment where my mom was calling me on back in the days when we had answering machines. And I was listening to her leave the message. And my grandpa had a heart attack. And he was in the hospital and didn't look good. And please pick up, please pick up, please pick up. And I didn't because I was super fucked up. And I was like, I know what I need to do. I need to go drink that tequila that I keep by the side of my bed so I can go to sleep, so I can wake up, so I can return this phone call. Like that was the logic. Yeah. And I remember walking into the bathroom, looking in the mirror, like a cliche, like a caricature of a moment, and going, bro, you're done. You're fucking done. It's over.
Really?
And I'd been carrying in my wallet the business card of a drug interventionist. I couldn't keep my sunglasses or car keys in one place.
God, that's so you though. That's so you back then.
But I kept this.
That's the fucking. That's so interesting. Keep going.
So I kept that. And every time I see her, I say, so so what exactly do you do? She says, well, I help people stop drinking. And, if they want to get treatment. I said, I'm like, that's so interesting. Glug, glug, glug. Tell me more. Glug, glug, whatever. And so I had her card and I called her the next morning and they sent me off to Sierra Tucson.
So you went to rehab?
I loved it.
Oh, I fucking fantasize about rehab.
Love it. You should. It's great. I
would
love it.
I would love to go, but I want to make sure everyone knows I'm not done drinking. Like I just want to go for the break.
Yeah.
I just want
understood.
like a month off. I want a month
Understood.
off where I don't talk. I don't have to sell anything. I don't have to fly anywhere. I just get to go and fucking really go deep into me.
Can I tell you that's part of it? Because like when I went, I felt like, oh my God, thank God. Thank you, thank God. Thank God. Because there is a big element of that, of like, no one's asking for anything. No one is in your grill about something. There's no pressure to say yes to things you don't want to say yes to. Oh all of these things just fall away.
No cell phone. I don't want my cell phone.
No, none of it.
I don't want to have to return a call.
No, none of it. And it's just you with you. And it changed my life. And it's one of those things, I mean, you can never do it the first time again. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But if I could, I would have that experience again because it was so revolutionary for me.
I said to my wife when we got done this big run of press for the movie, I said to my wife, I want someone to chloroform me afterwards and just put me in a rehab. Just at that all I wanted, because I had to do like a presentation before the movie. Thank you so much for coming out. I hope you enjoy the movie. And then wake up.
You want some of that Michael Jackson milk he used to take to
Me
go
and
to bed
Tom
at
had
night.
Googled it. You can buy chloroform online.
Oh,
you just buy chloroform online. It takes 5 minutes to put someone out, which is really long to hold someone.
In the movies, it's always like, they're out.
It's
5
5
minutes is like,
we have some coming for the next two bears. When we do one together, we're going to try to chloroform each other.
oh, I'm so down with that.
We're doing that. We're going to find, here's another thing we're going to do. Tom doesn't know about this yet. We're going to find 3 chicks that we thought we could have fucked in our lives. And we're going to reach out to them, have Nadav reach out to them and find out if we could have fucked them.
Now or then? Are they going to say,
then.
in those days I would have if you'd only fill in the
now
blank?
I could fuck any of them.
I know you
But yeah, now I could. Now I've got money. I'm way better than I was then.
Right.
Then is when I want to find out. There's like 3 girls where I go, I wonder if I could have.
So you think they were just secretly withholding it from you then?
No, I'm really bad at first moves. I have intimacy issues. I have real intimacy issues. And so I know there's one girl.
You could have used my advice that I gave my sons.
What was that?
It's the first move advice.
Oh my God, don't give it to me now. I'm married. What is it?
You might still use it.
Give it to me.
So inevitably you don't know. It's like you don't know. They might, you think they might, but you don't really know if they're going to.
Yeah.
Right? And usually you're not alone. Usually it's at a party or
Yeah.
So I always felt like the best way to cut to the chase was just to say, hey, I'm going to go take a bath.
This is great.
And then you go and take a bath. And then if there's a knock on the door and it's her, you know. And if there is no knock on the door, then it wasn't going to be, and you've saved yourself hours of small talk.
You know how many baths I would have been just sobbing in? I thought she was coming. I thought she was coming.
Well,
the knock doors, and it's my buddy Sal. I go, Sal?
Well, that's the thing. I did have that happen once, and there was a knock on the door, and it was Billy Squire.
Are you serious?
Stroke me, stroke me. I was like, hey, Billy, come on in.
Stroke.
And so, I mean, you are taking your chances.
There's like 3 chicks. I was saying to Victoria, we were driving over, and we were in the most aggressive traffic, and we're just talking back and forth. And I said, asking her, I go, what percentage of the population do you think you could have sex with? If I just pulled like 20 dudes out of a fucking room.
The answer is 100.
For her, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. It definitely
100.
is. And she goes, I think mine's going to be higher than you think. And I went, oh, yeah, that's right. You're hot.
Yes.
I go, what do you think Rob Lowe's is? And she goes, 100. And I go, what do you think mine is? And she goes, 30? And I was like, for real? She goes, well, I mean, it's not, I mean, I don't know. Like, who are these women? I was like, no, don't defend it.
No.
You guys got hundreds.
You go into Red Rocks, bro. Look
Yeah.
out in that audience. It's the world's your oyster.
Yeah. But I messed up. Didn't mess up because I'm glad I didn't have sex with them. But like, there's definitely 3 I'd like to ask. That I'm going to give them, and I want to know Tom's 3.
But isn't it funny you never get over it? Like I have them where I'm like, that one.
Wait, hold on. You don't have to answer yes or no, but I'm going to ask, but you don't have to answer.
Yeah.
Did you ever have sex with Demi Moore?
A gentleman never tells.
Oh. That's one that I was like, she was like fucking legit.
There's never been anybody like a 22-year-old Demi Moore.
No. With her
Never has
fucking
been.
voice.
Never has been.
Her voice is so sexy. We watched the 7 Signs in religion class.
Oh.
And she takes a bath in that pregnant. In real life, she takes a bath pregnant. And bro, you heard a bunch of 10th graders go, fuck yeah, at a pregnant chick. Demi Moore is like fucking legit.
Yeah. About Last Night. That's a movie. That's
You guys made out.
That's
you made out.
That movie stands
You did
up.
like was Jim Belushi in that?
Jim Belushi. It's a David
Jim
Mamet
Belushi
script.
is really great in that movie.
He's great in it. I love Jimmy.
I would argue Jim Belushi's a fucking
Killer in
gangster.
Yeah.
Him in About Last Night, and what was the movie he did with Tupac Shakur? Was it Bullet? It was Bullet. Jim Belushi was great in that movie, and I'll say this, and I don't know anything about anything. I really don't. I think that movie, that one role, set him on a path for the rest of his fucking career because he was so good in it.
Oh, he was that role.
And you and Demi had a great sex scene in the kitchen.
Yeah, we were all over the place. All we did was bang in that movie.
God dang it!
But look at how cute she is there.
She's still fucking hot.
Yeah, she is, and that's of all the movies of that era of mine, St. Elmo's is the most popular, the most sort of what occupies a very specific place in people's affections. But About Last Night's the best movie, and it's not close.
Yeah, that's a great goddamn movie, man. You've just done.
You will cry. You will laugh. There are eminently quotable lines in it. The dynamic between men and women has not changed at all. Mm-hmm. So it's one of those movies that stands up.
And what's so funny to me is that you did turn into a very grounded, regular person. Like I just did that movie with Mark Hamill, and I said, how did you just turn into a regular person? Because you're Luke Skywalker. You're supposed to be a fucking lunatic,
right? And
he's like, I don't know. Like we talk about raising our daughters. He has a daughter. I have 2 daughters. He's really close. Him and his sons. His sons are they're really close. A really close family. And you have a very like, you could have gone down a weird fucking path, and you did.
For sure. A lot of people did. Again, it's getting sober for sure. But I think that there was something inside me that valued, that my version of success, what I feel is success is more holistic than just career.
So what's a day in Rob Lowe's life look like?
It depends on whether I'm working or not. And currently I've a TV show on Fox, TV show on Netflix. I have 2 podcasts.
I did.
And we did literally with me.
I did literally.
And we had so much fun. I'm playing Vegas tomorrow night.
What are you doing in Vegas?
I'm playing the Venetian. I have a one-man show.
Shut the fuck up.
Yes.
Wait, what's your one-man show about? Is it about your life?
It's me doing this. It's me telling stories. It's me telling stories.
Bro.
There's some good ones.
Bro, can you give me don't give me your best story. I'm gonna try to go tit for tat and see if there's a joke I have for my new hour.
Right, yeah, right.
I don't want to give away.
Give me a type 5.
It would be tough. Yeah.
But it's hard, right?
It's tough. I have, yeah.
It's hard because they all lead into each other and like it doesn't have. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know. I'm talking to the ex.
I would love to see your one man show.
I've been doing it off and on for almost 5 years, and this is a sort of discussion about whether we would do a residency there, and I love it. You do it at the highest level, and I know why you do it. There's nothing like it.
There's nothing like it.
It's all you, for better or for worse. I'm super nervous because I haven't done it in over a year.
Really?
And it's right to this, and there's a lot of hitters coming to this.
Really?
It's the smaller room. It's not. I sometimes will do like 2,000, 2,500, like those big beautiful theaters.
Do you do meet and greets afterwards?
I do.
Fuck yes.
I do. And those are great.
Yes. Yeah.
They're great.
Listen, I'm a big proponent of the meet and greet. I did it. I do it a little differently only because, we were saying this when we were first started talking. I look at everything as a consumer, like a fan.
Yeah.
And so my aspect of a fan is different than, like, as a fan of yours, I will personally say this, I would like to pay $1 point to know that I could get a moment with you and say hi and tell you what you've meant to me and your career's meant to me and get a picture. And I know, now that I know you, you are such a you're like Arnold. You give the people the thing.
Right.
You know?
Yes.
Like we were getting texts, he's eating Pop-Tarts. Like almost like all the women in here, I'm going to rat them all out. I say, hey, I'm running 5 minutes behind. And someone was like, don't worry. I'll take one for the team. I'll make out with him for 5 minutes.
Yeah, amazing.
And then everyone's like, no, I'm getting gum. And then my wife chimed in. I'm coming from the airport. Tell Bert to take time. I mean, but it's like you are. You're
very nice.
You might be bigger than who you are. I wonder how hard that is. Do you ever have? I know that I can get. I'm not you at all, and I'm not saying it even close. But I can get lost in who people think I am and who I am when I perform. And who I am.
Yes. And
does that ever happen to you? Mm-hmm. Where you go, like, I guess when you're sober and you've been doing this long, you got to be pretty grounded.
That's the thing. That's the stuff that would happen in the early years, and it's part of the reason why, to take the stress off of it, that people in our business are prone to excesses.
Yeah.
And whether it's pick it, gambling, eating, drinking, whatever, sex, whatever it is. It's rife in our industry because we're dealing with those kinds of things. Mm-hmm. And so today, it's so in my DNA after 33 years that I'm. It used to be I would come home from a big thing, a night on stage, play, movie, night, whatever, and I would just be like, and then you have that moment like you're just alone with yourself.
Yeah.
Right. You know what it's like.
Oh, yeah.
And it's fucking super gnarly.
It's really gnarly.
And now though, I don't have that. I don't. Like I can go. I played one of the highlights of my life. I played the National Theatre in England, in London, and it's packed. And I come off of it, and I'm alone. And within 5 minutes, I'm alone at the hotel. But I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go sleep.
Oh my God!
And I'm good. I'm good.
I don't have that.
You'll get there.
I may not, Rob.
You'll get there.
I doubt it. But what does the day look like for you? So you're working, I guess that dictates your day. I'm curious to know
what a free day is like.
Like if I know you're into TM, right?
Yes, I do TM.
I want to get into that. I was with a dude, there was a director, really a comedy director. He's really big in TM. He's like one of the biggest dudes in TM.
Wonder who it is.
He played hockey in Canada and he's got broken fingers.
Oh my God.
Fucking.
Is it?
Oh man. God damn it.
There are a lot of TM guys out there. I mean,
Yeah, he
Seinfeld being the biggest.
He tried to get me into TM, and I signed up for a class to like the thing. I guess you got to do like a 5-day thing.
Yeah.
I signed up for it during Sober October one year, and I signed up for the wrong weekend, and then I was just like, fuck it.
It'll be one of those things that'll come into your life when you're ready for it, because one of the things about being sober is they always talk about prayer and meditation, right? It's a big part of the whole thing. And I've been pretty good about the prayer thing, but the meditation thing, it took me 32 years to figure out the meditating.
Really?
So it's not for
Did you do
everybody.
the class?
I tried all kinds of meditating over the years, like, whatever, okay. And I liked it and I didn't like it. Then I would do it and I wouldn't do it. And finally, TM came my way. And that is the one that has stuck for whatever reason.
I got to do TM.
And it's made me super creative in my unconscious. I have started vivid dreaming.
Brother.
And I had a dream the other night where an entire new game show idea came to me with the set, the rules, and the title. And it's you're doing, and usually you have to wake up and write it down, and I could never do that. But what I realized is all I have to do is go, "Hey Siri, yes, write down," so I don't have to get up and do shit.
Yeah.
So I woke up, looked at my notes. It was a good idea. I sold it to Fox the next day.
Are you serious?
It all came to me in my dream.
I would like to take a moment for our fans, and I just want to say you're welcome. You're welcome that I'm not going to tell Rob Lowe one of my dreams. You're welcome. I just want you to know that I know what you're thinking. Oh, fuck. Here comes Bert telling Rob one of his shitty fucking dreams.
Are you a king of shitty dreams? By the way, if it's not, that's a great title, The King of Shitty Dreams.
I have the most intense dreams you've ever met out of anyone.
No.
I have, Rob, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to do it. Rob, I have dreams. I have dreams that would blow your mind and you think they're not real. They're that intense. I've had dreams where I woke up crying.
Yes.
I've had dreams waking up laughing.
Yep.
I've had dreams. I've had the most intense dreams that as soon as this show's over, I'm not going to do it because I know our fans are like, fucking Bert. He's going to tell the dream about his fucking buddy as a baby or the fucking time that.
So these are well known.
I sold a show to Comedy Central based on my dreams. And so they were so intense and they were so vivid. And I go through these periods of I was trying to say this to someone else, very intense dreaming. I then go through periods of very, very intense empathy where I start seeing sadness real clear. And it's kind of seeing like a futility in life. I go through periods of partying and then I go through periods of not partying at all. I go through these weird swings and I can't figure out what it is. But dreaming is one where if my wife was here, she would say like, "Oh fuck with his dreams." Like
That's a gift.
I lucid dream where you're dreaming and you're still awake and you get to drive your dream.
Yes.
And they're always, whenever it happens, I always go, "Let's fucking fly," and I fucking stop.
That's the real
I
thing.
had a dream the other day where I realized I was lucid dreaming and I could figure out whatever I wanted. And I walked into a house and I said, I want to have sex with my wife. In a dream, I picked my fucking wife. And I'm not telling you any dreams. I'm not telling you what happened. But like, man, I am a hardcore.
That's super meaningful.
I'm a hardcore dreamer. I enjoy dreaming. I enjoy sleeping. But like going back to, I'm curious what your days look like because so one of the things I've just started doing is I love getting inspiration I love fucking pulling out the positive of people and getting inspiration from people.
Yeah.
And I started back-ending my sleep where I started realizing what time I needed to get up and then just going backwards and going, well, then I need to go to bed here because I need to get I want to shoot for 8 hours.
Yes.
And so, and in that 8 hours, you don't listen to history podcasts because I've been having a lot of dreams that I'm a Nazi because I'm listening to a lot of Hitler podcasts and fucking I listened to the thing about Adolf Eichmann and I was like, all of a sudden I'm on his team and we're working in a factory in Argentina. And
factory,
they grabbed him. No, they grabbed him in Argentina and they threw him in a fucking car. And I was like, Adolf. And then all of a sudden I'm a Nazi. So I'm not telling you my dreams. So, but so I back end it so that I can get up early and work out. I have to work out. I have to lift weights. I have to do like a high intensity cardio training. Like I have to do cardio. I have to sweat and burn out the impurities from the night before, or I'm fucked for the whole day.
Right.
And then if I'm working, my day is dictated by my work. It's usually like 3 podcasts, some interviews, some Zoom meetings, some stuff. But I'm curious, like how your day works, because you know it's gonna sound like a really weird thing to say, but your fucking skin looks amazing. Your skin looks fucking amazing. I want to know your skincare regimen. Like your skin looks amazing.
I have a skincare line.
No, you don't.
I do.
Are you serious?
I do. I haven't really done much with it. It needs to be revitalized, but it's out. Maybe we need to invest together in skincare line. But yeah,
fix my fucking face.
I know, but
I need under. Do you do an under eye serum?
I do. It's our best thing.
Because your under eyes are. I mean, hold on. Let's take 2 seconds. Are you looking at your under eyes are like no bags, no dark circles, no fine lines? Quite honestly.
I mean,
what's your ethnic descent? Is it like?
Oh, I did that 23andMe.
Yeah.
And it was literally like Germany, maybe, you know.
Yeah. Well, they say things about that.
Finland, Scandinavian, Viking. It's like I'm like a German Viking mix. God
damn it! What But what's your day look like? I'm curious.
So
and like, I also want to know about your relationship, because how you keep it. Like these are like, I feel like I'm my wife interviewing you, but like you've had a fucking great relationship with your wife.
Yeah, she's great. I picked great. She picked great. We picked great. It's all won and lost with who you pick.
Are the boys, they don't live with you guys anymore?
They are on their own. They're living.
So it's just you and her.
We're empty nesters.
Also write down, ask Rob how much money he has. Keep going.
So
I'm dying to know how much money you have.
So a daily thing for me is, first of all, I only wake up if I'm getting paid.
Fucking love that. Peter, if you're listening, keep going.
Right? I think that's a great phrase. I've been waking up at 4:00 in the morning to be on location since I was 15 years old. So think about 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Those are the years all you want to do is sleep till noon.
Yep.
I was not doing that. So I have a whole thing about sleep where that's like my thing that's mine.
Fuck yeah.
And I will get up and work and be happy and be the bright-eyed and bushy-tailed at 5 a.m., but only if you're paying me.
Yeah.
So I've recently started, though, not just sleepy. So I get up late, 9 o'clock.
That's doable.
Okay. I get up 9 o'clock. I have my coffee in bed. I do my prayer, my meditation.
You have your coffee in bed.
Yeah.
Is your wife up?
She's up. Yes.
She gets up early.
She's awake later than me and up earlier than me.
Jesus.
She's a real night owl.
That's my wife too, oddly enough.
Super night owl.
And my wife will try to draw me into her staying up late. And I'm like, yo, the other night she was like, so the hot tub's on, and my wife's going through, I think this is cool telling Rob Lowe about me having sex with my wife.
I like it.
My wife's going through this thing right now where she is like, it's like she's trying to give me AIDS. Like she is, I mean, do you know what she did the other day? I gotta say this. This is the coolest. This is the coolest thing this woman's ever fucking done. I'm over doing a podcast in Hollywood, over on La Cienega and Sunset, and I get done and I get it to my assistant Pete's with me, and he's like, "Yo, Leanne wants to come over to do dinner." I was like, "Cool." He goes, "I'll take the car over. Why don't you Uber to a place and then she'll drive you guys back?" I was like, "Fuck yeah!" And Georgia's in college, Isla's in high school, but we're starting to have the first steps of what's life going to be like when the girls are gone. Totally. And Leanne keeps saying, this is what it's going to be like. Now, Leanne's on this thing. I don't know what it's called. It's for menopause. It's like to help her fucking body. Yeah. So I go, hey, I'm looking at restaurants. Where do you want? And then she just goes, just get a room. And I'm like, the fuck did you just say? She goes, get a room. We'll get room service. We'll come back at like 1 a.m. I mean, I got to be honest with you, and I feel weird saying this to you.
So great.
My dick got hard immediately, and I went, oh yeah, oh fucking yeah. And she is doing that, and she's trying to draw me in. We're having sex like crazy, like fucking crazy. Like never before, like crazy. The other night, she's up, she opens a bottle of wine. She never fucking drinks. She opens a bottle of wine. She's like, the hot tub's on. And I'm like, I got to work out at fucking 5 a.m. I need to be asleep by 10. What the fuck are you doing to me, woman? And then the next morning, she jumps in bed with me and she goes, I had the hot tub by myself last night naked. And I was like, you didn't say you were going in naked? I would have gone in with you. I mean, it's been.
This is all, you're living the dream.
It's you know what?
You're living the dream.
She made a statement. I'm going to start dating my husband.
Yes.
And she is dating me.
So great.
And it's so fucking great.
And that's what it felt like for us when the kids got out of the house.
For real?
Yeah.
Were you nervous when they left that you were like, what are we going to talk about? What's our relationship going to be?
No, because we spent a lot of time. I was optimistic that
Is John your oldest?
He's the youngest.
Okay, so how's he right now?
My oldest is 29 and Johnny's 27.
So you guys have been empty nesters for a little while.
Yeah, we've been empty nesters for a few years. And it was like, you just feel like you want to rip your clothes off and run through the house and go, wah!
Yeah.
And you kind of do. That's what happens.
I've been walking around naked a lot.
It's so good.
Yeah, my gardener freaked out today. Like he was in the backyard and I walked around naked and I'm just like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, look at this.
Yeah.
You got your hose, I got mine.
So then you wake up, your wife's already up, you have coffee in bed. It's a Winston Churchill move right there.
Coffee in bed, got to have it in bed. And I make sure like I said, I do prayer meditation, have some what's the word? Intention about my day. Like, what do I want to get done? What are my goals? Both in terms of practically and then spiritually. And then it's a workout. All things,
Do you work out at a gym? Do you have a gym at your
I go
house?
right to work out. I'm intermittent fasting, so I'm not eating breakfast.
Okay, write that down. Bert needs to intermittent fast.
Right.
Keep going.
So I like to work out fasted. Like
I work out fasted, but I work out very early.
Right. Yeah, but it's the same thing. You haven't eaten anything. So and
Do you work out in your house or at a gym?
I have a gym in the house that I like, but there's a new gym that's open right down the street that I love, and I'm kind of getting into. Sometimes I like the energy of a gym.
Yeah.
So it could be either one, but it also could be if I've had a killer workout the day before, I'll go and hit golf balls because I'm a big golfer.
For real?
Yeah, I love golf. Played today.
Are you a good golfer?
You know what's happening right now? No matter what I do, good, bad, or indifferent, I shoot an 87. No matter where I go, it's super respectable. I have I'm in a very thing with my game where this is where I am. I'm gonna shoot an 87.
What clubs do you hit?
I have the new PXGs, the brand new ones.
Fucking goddamn Bob Parsons.
Bob Parsons,
Killing
the best.
it.
I love Bob
Shout
Parsons.
out to Bob Parsons.
Shout out to Bob Parsons.
Do you know Bob?
I do.
Bob Parsons is a motherfucker.
He's the best.
Let's take just a second, and celebrate Bob Parsons.
Yes.
Bob Parsons starts GoDaddy, right?
GoDaddy. Starts
GoDaddy. First of all, served in our military.
Yes.
Served in our military.
Yep.
He's a dude.
Great supporter of our military.
Great supporter of our military and great proponent of getting these kids through their PTSD.
Yep.
He's, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, so someone flag it in case I'm talking shit. Big proponent of MDNA helping through PTSD.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I think so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Big fan of Rogan's. Bob Parsons is a big fan of Rogan's. Reach out to Rogan. Get Bob Parsons on. That would be interesting.
That would be a great talk.
You could do that. If I do it to Rogan, he's like, another one.
I love Joe.
But Joe's the best. Joe loves you. Joe loves you and Ed Norton.
Ed's a great dude.
I made a joke about, I made a fucking thing about Ed Norton, and Joe's like, nah, I'm not gonna let that happen. Because I met Arnold and Ed Norton in the same day, and I fucking scared Ed Norton. So I was like, Ed Norton! And Ed Norton's like, oh, okay. And Joe's like, yeah, you bring a lot of energy to a room.
You bring a lot of energy.
But Bob Parsons is a badass, and PXGs are the fucking best goddamn clubs.
They're unbelievable. They really are unbelievable.
Did you get fitted at
I didn't go to the main place.
Really?
I had to go to one of the country clubs nearby or golf places had it, and I went to them. But I've never been to the headquarters.
I went and played the Dirty Nine.
Oh yeah,
the Dirty Nine over there with.
I got to do it.
Yeah, well, I'd love to see. Pull up. I was going to say, pull up. Never mind. Who's your dream foursome you'd like to play with? Like professional golfers you'd like to play with. And if you say Brooks Koepka, I can make it happen.
Oh, I love Brooks. By the way, Brooks was going to be number 2 on my list. It was going to be Tiger Brooks would be the order.
Fucking let's call Brooks right now.
I love Koepka. Love him.
Do you know him?
I met him at the FedEx Cup. Final round of the FedEx Cup. Remember the year they had to withdraw at the final round of the FedEx?
I don't have Brooks in here. Oh fuck. I have Derek Brooks. Want to play football?
He's the best. Derek Brooks.
I have Brooks Purdy.
Brock Purdy? But yes.
Where do you real quick? I'm running through questions. So I want to get you out of here. I appreciate your time, and I don't want to.
No, this is great.
Abuse it. But so, do you live in LA proper? Outside?
I live
LA?
in Santa Barbara.
You live in Santa Barbara?
So that's also the thing is like there's a lot of driving in my life.
Wait, so you drive down here from Santa Barbara?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
How great is Santa Barbara? How far is Santa Barbara from Oxnard?
25 minutes.
Do we know each other well enough to play golf together?
Absolutely, we do.
A lot.
Dude, do you play music in the cart?
No.
I'm surprised.
I grew up in Florida. I grew up in Florida like a proper golfer.
Same with me.
Yeah, and so like
Same.
If I tuck my shirt in,
I
would never tuck a shirt in.
Same. Take your hat off and shake hands.
Yes, I'm old school.
Me too.
Old school proper golfer because of my dad.
Same.
And my dad was like,
my grandfather created a golf course. I have a long line of golfers.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, so you can really play golf.
I mean,
Here, pull up Bert Kreischer, Live Golf. I'll show you my swing so you can take a look at
I want to see yours.
how I play.
I have my phone in the other room. I can show you my swing.
So Live Golf at the watering hole. That's probably it.
Oh, yeah, there you are. Let me see this.
Okay. So this is my.
This is very exciting.
So we went out to Live Golf in Adelaide, Australia, and they said, "Hey, do you want to hit?" Dude, hang on, hit pause. First of all, if you're a golf fan, fucking everyone's there.
Adelaide.
Oh yeah, well, I was on tour. I was on tour.
I was gonna say.
Everyone was there. I'm watching Dustin Johnson fucking hit his clubs. Hold on. I'm watching fucking who's
Isn't it amazing?
Who's the lefty with the beautiful fucking swing from I think he's from Alabama.
Oh yeah, not Bubba.
Bubba Watson. I'm watching
Bubba.
Bubba Watson fucking hit a beautiful fucking fade. And so I meet everyone to hit, and then they go, "Hey, do you want to hit a tee shot at 12, the watering hole in front of all the fans?" And I go, "Fuck yeah!" And they go, "Will you take your shirt off?" I was like, "Okay."
How long? So it's what is it? 150? What's the shot?
It's 150. They give me a 7-iron, and I go, "I need a 9." And then the lady goes, "He doesn't know what he's doing." And I go, "Hold on, I know what I'm doing."
Fucking 9.
And she goes, "No one can hit. You're not hitting a 9. Pros hit a 9 150. You're not hitting a 9 150." I go, and then I start going like, "Am I out of my fucking mind?" And I call my dad. I go, "Dad, what do I hit a 9?" And he goes, 150. You hit a 9 150. And I go, and she goes, "I need everyone to sign a waiver. He's going to kill someone." Now the pressure is built up, and it's the watering hole, so everyone's around. And so go ahead.
This is great.
Yeah, you can watch your boy stripe it.
Fuck yes. Oh yeah, I like the setup.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, it's a really good setup. Super sick setup. Oh yes.
Boom. Right there. All right.
Oh, you fucking
striped it
You
over the green. It's a
green.
7-iron. We flew it probably 170. And so but
That's sick.
it was fucking awesome. Right over the pin. And then we watched Brooks' brother Chase fucking sink a hole in one right after that.
Oh yeah, I remember. I saw that clip. Here's my favorite golf story. I was playing in a pro-am for in Iowa. I'd flown to Iowa. It was the Principal Group was sponsoring it, the big insurance company, PGA Pro-Am. And I killed the state bird in flight with a golf shot.
No way.
Yes, I did. Now, the state bird is not a fucking Canadian goose.
Oh, please say it's a condor.
It is would be easier in theory.
Really?
It's a finch.
That's a
The
tiny
state bird of Iowa is a goldfinch. It's the size of the palm of your hand.
You should have bought a lottery ticket after that.
I should have. Because they're an insurance company, they had their actuaries run the odds. 1 in 700 million. I had a sand wedge.
It's almost the same odds as a kid from Ohio becoming a movie star.
Killed the state bird in flight.
Type in Rob Lowe golf.
You'll see kill Rob Lowe's state bird. You can see it.
Really?
Picture me holding the finch.
No, for real?
Yeah, for sure.
Pull it up. Can you pull it up?
There's me holding the bird.
Are you serious? Oh my God, that's tiny. That's
Look at.
Oh my God.
I know, right?
What's your favorite haircut you've had?
Not that one.
That's an interesting hat choice. I'm a different hat guy than you. You can wear like
unstructured.
you can wear. I have to wear a hat.
By the way, I don't. They gave me that. I would not wear an unstructured.
I bet they did. I bet they
I don't
did.
like that unstructured hat. I got to wear with what you wear.
Look,
There's a good shot.
Let me
here.
see. Here, just go to.
Yeah,
have you
here.
played Pebble Beach?
This is going. This is at Cypress.
Where?
It's Cypress Point.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, it's got the video. Here we go.
All right. Not a bad swing, Rob Lowe. Not a bad swing. Here's the problem with me. I go out. Fuck.
So fun. Yeah, I drove the green. I mean, you have to hit.
Who are you playing with? Greg Norman?
No, you know who that is.
Who the fuck are you playing with?
You know who that is? That is the great George Roberts, who is the R of KKR.
What's KKR?
KKR is the biggest investment fund in the world.
Oh, really? All right, good. I'm glad you transitioned to money. How much money do you have?
Not as much as George Roberts.
Did you do like what? I heard rumors. Do you buy fancy stuff?
No, I like watches.
Okay, let's talk watches. My
This is the best watch I own.
What is that?
That's my Patek. And I don't even know enough to know which one it is. Yeah.
Tommy, hang on, let me FaceTime Tommy. So Tommy just got one.
It's the moon. I think it's the moon. The Tiffany moon phase.
Wait, can I see it?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me FaceTime Tommy real quick.
This is the. Because I was a Rolex guy. I've been eyeballing your Rolex the whole interview. At Daytona.
Thank you. Well, you met him.
Yeah.
Okay, Tommy's gonna be excited. So he just showed up at my premiere, I think, with one of those on. So me and Tom went to a watch person. We have a great watch person in Vegas. Yeah, we have a great watch person in Vegas, and Tom and I went in and we both bought Rolexes, and then he was like, "Yo, how can we get a Patek Philippe?" And she was like, "I'll send you over. I can introduce you." And when she introduced you, she was like, "Yeah, cool. I'll put you guys on a wait list." And she goes, "And when I have one that no one wants, then you can get that one." And Tom was like, "Wait, how do we get Tom's a legit watch guy?"
You know, these are hard to get. This is
Dude, it's a really hard watch to get.
It's a very hard watch to get.
It's a really hard watch to get. And you know, it's interesting because Tom is the one that walked me through this. I was really shy about like spending money. I didn't want to like, I didn't mind putting videos of me on a private jet up because that's like a poor person thing to do. But like when it came to spending money and stuff, I felt I had a hard time finding that footing for me. Mm-hmm. And then he got me into watches, and I enjoyed researching them. And this was the one I wanted.
I am a big Daytona guy.
Yeah, you seem like a big Daytona guy.
Yeah.
You would be a big Daytona.
Well, I really want the Paul Newman.
That's the one.
Because he's also my hero. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's the one at some point.
So what was your entry level watch? Like, what was the first watch you bought where you went?
Yeah, it was a Rolex. I think it was just a Submariner.
It's a great fucking watch.
It's a great watch. Do you know what I like now is the James Cameron Sea Dweller.
I love it. It's a big watch.
Big.
It's a big watch.
But it's really cool.
It's a fucking badass watch. I gotta shout out. I know Christine probably doesn't want me to shout her out, but we have a woman in it's the coolest fucking thing.
Tell me where she is in
ever.
Vegas. I'm going there this weekend.
Can I set you up with her?
Yes. Please.
Rob.
Going there this weekend.
I guarantee you she will be there when you get there. I'm gonna set up a text between the three of you.
Yes, please.
So Christine, shout out to Christine. She's fucking awesome. She's in Vegas. Christine, by the way, if you want me to take this out, I'll take it out, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna tell the story, and I apologize. I'm gonna bend your ear for a second. I was doing a big tour. It was like my third world tour, and I wanted to treat myself. I've always wanted to treat myself. My wife told me that people in Scientology do it, and it makes sense. It does make sense. And if you buy yourself a present when you succeed, Scientology makes a lot of fucking sense. I know that sounds crazy, but
there's a lot of stuff.
There's a lot of shit they say that actually fucking works. And my wife did an acting class with them, and she would say things, and I'd be like, that doesn't not sound crazy. I'm not a Scientologist, everybody. But one of the things is if you do something big, you should reward yourself. You should get yourself a present to acknowledge that thing.
I like
that. It could be in everything.
No,
anyway,
it's a good thing.
And so I go and I do this tour, and I want to get a watch. I want to get a Rolex. And they're really hard to get at the time. And I start really kind of researching which one I want and what I want and just going to stores and what do you guys have? No availability, nothing. And then I go, and I do this at a lot of stores around the tour. It's one of the fun things to do on tour. And then I go to Vegas and I meet Christine. She's fucking awesome. We have no inventory. And I said, okay. And I tell her, I'm a comedian. I'm doing a show here. And she's like, okay. She's like, nice. And then we start talking. And then very candidly, she said, what are you looking for? And I said, I don't know. My dad gave me a Rolex a while back. I wear that, but I really wear this running watch. And I really want the Panda is like the one I want. And she goes, yeah, it's a big first bite. She goes,
it's so true. It's such watch lingo. It's a big first bite. What's your entry level watch?
Yeah.
Like, it's so funny.
And she goes, go get the Black Submariner. And he comes back and he gives me, she goes, here's your watch. I said, what? She goes, this is your watch. And I went, what else do you have? And she goes, no, this is your watch. So I was like, okay. And I was like, well, I don't know if, I go, how much? And she goes, this is your watch. So I go, hold on. I don't know.
They all are alike.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. So I start panicking. I take a picture. I send it to my dad. I send it to Tommy, and I send it to Leanne.
I did the same thing with this.
Yeah.
Same thing about,
Yeah, I start panicking.
because I was buying another watch.
Yeah.
And they said, well, and they brought this out. And I was like, and they were like, buy it? I will buy it when you walk out the door if you don't want it.
Yeah. So Leanne says, it's up to you. My dad says, that's a great watch. Tom sends me a very long text. I wish I could find it and read it. It's why everyone listening needs a best friend. You've worked so hard. You're the hardest working guy I know. You're on tour for nonstop. You're doing this. You did that. You did it. You deserve this as a present. And I said to Christine, I go, I'm gonna think about it. Let me walk around. And I walk out the thing, and Leanne calls and she goes, did you get the watch? I said, well, I don't know. I didn't. I just walked out. She goes, honey, you need to get the watch.
Great.
She goes, and I said, well, Tommy just texted me. I told her Tom's text, and she goes, go get the fucking watch. I walk right back in. She goes, I told you it's your watch. Give her the credit card, buy the watch.
Great.
So then the next day, I fucking text Tom, and I go, he goes, did you get the watch? I go, I got the watch. I go, what are you doing? He goes, send me a pic. I send him another pic, and he goes, oh, it's fucking nice. I said, what are you doing? He goes, well, I sent the text to you, and I realized that applies to me too. So I'm in a Rolex store buying a Rolex.
Amazing.
So then he goes, hey man, set me up with your friend at over what in whatchamacallit. So I set them up. I said, just here's your white whale. This is Tom. And by the way, what's really cool about this is I sent her texts every now and then to let her know I appreciated, because I love that watch. I would wake up in my tour bus and I'd look at the watch and I'd go, fuck, I love this watch. I loved it. I'd love to look at my wrist and go, God damn it, I love this fucking watch.
Right.
So then me and Tom do a thing at the MGM. And Tom goes in, Tom buys a watch from her. I think she had to stop him. And so then I go in. The next time we go, I said, hey, Christine, I don't know if you have any inventory at all, but Tom and I are coming to do a gig in Vegas. We're going to make pretty good money. We'd love to stop by. She goes, your watches will be waiting for you. So we roll in, and they're fucking like, and by the way, Tom and I are both wearing Rolexes. And they go, your watches are waiting for you. And we're like, what did we get? And they're like, don't worry about it. Here you go. We just bought two. We just put credit cards down, open the box. I was like, that's the one I fucking wanted. It was fucking the GMT. I've wanted a GMT for a long time because I travel so much. And it was a green GMT. It's a Sprite GMT with the left-handed bezel. Tom and I have a picture. Tom and I have a picture of us with both.
So, I mean,
it's the funnest thing. It's the funnest thing.
We don't get purses and things.
No.
And It's
the one to the left, to the left, far left.
That's
yeah,
a sick one.
Yeah, it's a fucking great goddamn watch, and she's awesome. She makes it fun.
Is she only Rolex, or she do other
She
stuff?
does. They do it. I'm gonna set you up with them. They'll take care of you top to bottom. You don't forget you are also Rob Lowe.
I would love this.
And so
do you have any APs?
What?
Do you have any APs?
No. So I'm like a dummy when it comes to watches. Yeah. I know I like Rolex.
Yeah.
And I know why I like them. Almost like the guy that goes, I know I like Porsches.
Do you know why I like them? What? The first person who told me they were great, James Cameron. Literally the only guy who has a watch named after him who's alive.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I'll never forget, I had a meeting with him, and I was like, he goes, I love Rolex. They're so great. They're so tough. You can do it. And he threw it across the room. I'll never forget it as long as I live. And I thought, wow, if it's cool enough for James Cameron, when I get a watch, I'm going to do that.
I knew a girl named Chrissy that did the same thing with a bong and it shattered. She's like, this is great about these things. They're indestructible. And I was like, now we have nothing to smoke weed out of. So wait, so your entry level watch was just like a regular Submariner?
Yeah, just like a blackface Submariner. It was probably Cheryl, my wife got it for me. My wife's like, I am from the Midwest and I'm kind of frugal, and like your best friend was for you. My wife Cheryl's like that for me. She's like, no. Like she always is stepping us up into nicer and nice things that we can afford. But I left to my own devices probably wouldn't do it.
That's my wife. I never would have bought our first house. I never would have bought this house or that house. I never would have bought any house we have. But my wife grew up poorer than I did.
Same.
And she was like, yo, I this is how you start generational wealth. This is how you get out of poverty, is you invest your money, and the safest place is in properties for her. But she doesn't buy, my wife dresses, legit dresses from Target. Like buys clothes from Target. For real.
My wife missed that memo. She has a fucking Birkin bag selection.
Oh, I've heard about these.
We're going to be building a new house, and I want those things displayed and illuminated.
Oh wow!
I want to walk in and I want to just look at them. They're like watches. They're works of art.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want to see all those lined up. But
that's the watch. That's the watch. The watch. The moon phase. So from what I know about that watch, that moon phase is going to stay like it's going to be accurate for like 250 years or something.
Yeah, it's just
it's a cool thing too to kind of be able to know where the moon will be.
The other watch I love is my Breitling with the EPIRB on it. So
what's that? Pull it up. Can you pull it up?
It's the Breitling Emergency.
Wait, what do you mean emergency? You just hit it and then they find you?
Yes. So I'm a big.
Can I get those for my daughters?
Okay, this is the one I have right here.
Lower, go that one. That's one.
Yep, that's it. So if you see the bottom screw.
Yeah.
If you unscrew that and pull it, it's a little antenna that comes out, and it goes to all of whatever there are 2 emergency frequencies at any time anywhere in the world, and it immediately puts out a bulletin, and someone will come and rescue you. Now, if you do it and you're fucking around, it's a $30,000 fine, and you have to sign all this paperwork. So you don't want your kids messing around with this watch.
Okay, I'm not getting those for my kids.
But it's
definitely not getting those for my kids.
But like if I go fishing, I'm out fishing, I'm on the ocean, if I'm skiing, if I'm in a weird third world country, anything sketchy, I'm wearing that watch.
Jesus Christ. Okay. And so how many watches do you think you have? I probably have 15. That's not bad.
No.
And crazy. Then what about cars? Are you a car guy? This right now, Tom's listening to this going like, please say yes, please say yes.
I am definitely a car guy.
Really?
Yeah. You got to see my murdered out Escalade that I came here in today.
Really?
Murdered. Because I'm driving. Listen, I spend more time driving than I do in my house.
Why did you choose Santa Barbara?
I moved up there 29 years ago. And when my first kid was 6 months old, and what happened was, I wanted a new house. I was looking for like bucolic, neighborhoody. Prices were insane in LA, and then I was looking for preschools, and somebody said, "Oh, for preschools, you need to talk to Mike Ovitz." And Mike Ovitz at the time was the number one agent of all the time, and I instantly had like an epiphany of what my life would be like living in Los Angeles, where I'd have to be coaching Little League with like the president of NBC's kid and I wanted to blow my brains out.
Yeah.
And I was like, we're out, we're done. I never looked back. I moved to Santa Barbara. I did coach Little League. I did all of those things.
And you're just like a regular dad?
And I'm like a regular dad. I mean, now there's a whole new wave of people. Like 15 years ago, Oprah moved up. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle moved next door to our very first house.
Really?
So there's a whole new group of people, and very cool and very fun. But when I moved up there, it was really, really, really old school. And we had a pretty normal, for my kids, had a really normal life up there.
And like, I keep going back to this. I'm just dying to know. Like, you've worked so much. Like, pull up Rob Lowe's net worth. I'm dying to know.
I've never looked at this. I'm scared to look at it.
Tell me if it's.
I'm scared to look at this.
Tell me if it's close.
Well, here's the thing. When I look at this, I'm either going to feel.
Oh my God!
But wait.
Holy fucking shit!
Wait, I'm either going to feel really bad.
No,
or I'm going to feel really. Wait, I've never looked at this.
Okay.
I know that it exists.
Oh my God!
Should I? Am I going to feel good about myself?
I think you're killing it, dude. You're killing it.
Oh.
You're killing it.
Yeah.
No one put this on the screen.
No.
Don't put this on the screen, because right now we're about to go viral with people Googling Rob Lowe's net worth. God damn it.
I don't know.
If you don't know, it's really close then.
I don't.
Or way more. Type in Bert Kreischer's net worth. I bet it's not even fucking remotely close to that. Holy fuck.
What we got here?
Look, they got Theo Vaughn, Bill Burr, and Ari Shaffir. Hit Ari Shaffir's net worth. I bet it's 200,000. I bet it's hit Ari Shaffir's net worth. Go to the right. There we go. What is it? 600,000. Close. That's actually overshooting it. Wait, you can just go everyone's net worth. Type in Sam Morrill's net worth. Dynasty Sam's net worth.
They're always wrong.
1 million? Good job, Sam.
These are always wrong. Like, I know, like.
No, but I'll tell you, mine's low. So if yours is low, I think they undershoot them.
I think they undershoot these.
God damn it.
I think they undershoot them.
So then what do you want? What do you want out of life? You've done everything. I'm getting you out of here. You've done everything there is to do. You lived in okay, let's I want to do this to you, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You had an amazing childhood. You got to live in the Midwest, and you got to live the Karate Kid life where you moved out to fucking California.
What's the Karate Kid life?
And by the way, you know the Karate Kid, you worked with him.
I did.
But you had a group of friends that were inarguably the coolest dudes to grow up with the coolest, funnest high school event that if it doesn't turn into a movie.
It's literally like everybody has that story in them. Anyone who's an artist, a storyteller, has the story they were born to tell. Like and that is, for me, is what it is. And I've been trying it for 10 years, different iterations of it. I'm going to figure it out at some point, for sure.
Well, I want you to know, not only will I invest money, I would sit and listen to these stories and tell you, I think that's a really good one. I think that's the coolest. I think that might be the coolest thing about you, is that you had these great fucking, before you were famous, fun moments with crazy, wild, crazy people that we all know to be the biggest stars in the world.
I got one for you. I'll give you one. You wanted a piece from the thing, and yeah. I have one that stands alone.
Okay, please.
So I meet Cary Grant.
Is there vodka in here? What the fuck? Keep going.
I'm not telling you the lead up of Cary Grant, because Cary Grant is the punchline of a big, long story, part of my one-man show. But then this is the part I am telling you. So I see him years later. And when I met him, I was 15. My first TV after-school special was on TV, and he watched it with me. Because I was dating his daughter, trying to date his daughter, who was gorgeous and beautiful, didn't want anything to do with me. But she did let me come over and watch the TV show with her dad, who is an actor too. I had no idea who the fuck Cary Grant. I had no idea. Oh, my dad's an actor too. Oh, really? You think? Cary Grant? So we watch it together, the three of us. He says, you're quite a good young actor. And years later, I meet him. I have a career. I'm so excited to meet him. It's at a fundraiser for the Princess Grace Foundation, and at this big table is Cary Grant, Robert Wagner, Gregory Peck, Prince Rainier of Monaco. And I go up to kiss the ring, say hello to all of them. As I walk away, I hear Robert Wagner say, "I think that young man has banged every one of our daughters."
Rob Lowe, you're a legend. It is such a privilege to know you. It really is. It really is. I'm going to take a picture with you in a second.
Is that a terrible story to tell?
No, it's a brother. If I had that story, I'd be a better comic today. If I had that fucking story, I'd be a better comic today. Are you fucking kidding me? I could sit with you all night and listen to you tell stories. The life you've lived is the life I witnessed. Just 10 years younger. Just 10 years younger. You guys were like the older brothers that I got to see like do these killer things that like, I mean, really honestly, all the girls we dated were obsessed with you, and we kind of wanted to be you guys. And you specifically, I told you this when I did the podcast with you. To this date, when me and my girls do anything, I say what you said from St. Elmo's Fire. Let's rock. Right after you got in the fist fight, and you have blood in your mouth, and you got this. I mean, dude, I almost lost this. I swear to God, I almost learned the saxophone because you played it, and it was so sexy to see you out on the in St. Elmo's Fire when you're out on the window and you're playing saxophone by yourself, and he's out, man, he's going on. I mean, you're going into Demi Moore when she's going through the fucking falling apart, and you got the fucking. I've wanted someone to do that to me. If I ever fall off really bad with alcohol and drugs, I want you to come in.
I'm going to come rest. I'll bring the door in with a fire extinguisher.
I mean, every single woman in this building will be asking for a picture. And I'm going to post a picture with you, and I'm going to post it, and I'm going to tag all my ex-girlfriends. And be like, just so you know, this is my posse. I hope to play golf with you one day.
Yeah, let's do it.
Your show. I also have to acknowledge, you wrote a book called Stories I Only Tell My Friends.
Yes.
And that has been passed around here as one of the best books. Every single woman here, Stacy, our producer, was like, I read his book. It's fucking amazing. Everyone needs to read it. And everyone's like, and then they're like, Bert, it's an easy read. You can read this. And I didn't get to it. But
it's so easy. You're going to love it.
That's what everyone said. They're like, Bert, it's really good.
No, and it's all this. It's all this. You're going to love it. You'll love it.
Everything you do, I'm a fan of. Everything you do, I'm a fan of.
Thank you.
And it's an absolute pleasure to be able to do Two Bears with you. Everyone check out Unstable on Netflix, streaming right now. Him and his son, John Owen. I say John Owen because I think it's a badass fucking way to say a name.
It's a good name, John Owen.
John
Owen.
Good name.
Name.
Fuck yeah. I call my dick John Henry. And so I shouldn't have said that. But
John Henry was hammering on a mountain.
He's a steel driving
man. He's a Judah. Yeah, right? And the Big Bend Tunnel on the C&O Road is going to be the death of me, Lord, Lord. It's going to be the death of me.
That's what I sing when I have sex with my wife.
That's right.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rob Lowe, thank you. I love you.
Thank you. That was great.
Bert and Tom and Bert. One goes topless while the other wears a shirt. Tom tells stories and Bert's the machine. There's not a chance in hell that they'll keep it clean. Here's what we call Two Bears, One Cave. No scripts, a bit of booze, amateur partology. Dirty jokes, raunchy humor, no apologies. Here's what we call Two Bears, One Cave.